I grew up in a small town, Groton, New York, which is just over the hill. And when I was young, I was just a typical kid, wanted to be a professional basketball player. Of course, I didn't know I was only going to be 5'8". And so as around 15 years old, I was watching MTV, saw Guns N' Roses video, and I decided, yep, I'm going to become a rock star. And that's what I did. And the next 30 years, I concentrated on that, and that's what I did. And over those 30 years, I got to play with the most amazing musicians. I toured the United States. I'm on 9 different albums. I was in different independent films, and I fortunately got to meet a lot of my idols, musical idols, and record with a lot of professional producers that were my idols then too. While I was living my dream and having the time of my life, and even before that, when I was a kid in sports, I felt sick all the time. I didn't understand why. I just was used to just feeling sick all the time. I was nauseous, lack of motivation, exhausted, which led me to be very snappy and angry at times, even though I hit it a lot. After years went by, as I got older, I started really worrying that I had physical health problems. So throughout the years, I went to multiple doctors, had every test done from blood work to EKGs, because I didn't know at the time I was having panic attacks. I thought they were heart attacks. They were happening more and more. It was almost becoming unbearable at that point. No doctors could figure out anything wrong with me. I had one doctor tell me I had a better chance of getting struck by lightning than having a heart attack, which was great news, other than I still think I'm having heart attacks. So on one of my tours, one of my very good friends and bandmate, Mike Brindisi, suggested that I go to see a therapist. And I thought, why? That's ridiculous. Why would I go to a therapist? I'm this strong guy and I can do anything. I am proving that. And after talking a lot with him, I decided to go see a therapist because things were just getting worse and worse. Made an appointment, and one thing I remember before that appointment, I was hiking at Teganic, looking at the sky, asking God what was wrong with me, because things had gotten to that point. It was so bad that I had no idea that anxiety was completely controlling my life. I went to my first therapy appointment, and I was so scared, but him and I hit it off. I love him to death. If I saw him right now, I always hug him in public. Definitely changed my life. He brought so much stuff out in me and taught me tools that I still use today. After months and months, he said, I think you have a severe anxiety disorder. And of course, I had no clue what that was, and I thought I was dying. He suggested that I go to Tompkins County Mental Health, which I did. I was so scared. I was actually so scared I brought my wife with me. So now I'm in my 40s, and she had to hold my hand and walk me through everything, which I thank her very much for that, because that actually saved my life. And thank God I did. It was the best thing I ever did. There, I dealt with some of the best therapists and psychologists, and they helped me through the years. And at this point, I can say that I control my anxiety and it doesn't control me. I have to say though, I do still, like everybody, we have some bad days. So now COVID hit. Everybody's scared and panicking. No one knew what the outcome was. My own wife, Jackie, we were driving, and she hardly ever panics unless there's a spider on the wall. So she ran through a red light, which was very unlike her. And immediately I started telling her some of the tools I've learned, calmed her down. We got home. The next day, it was the first time publicly, other than today's I'm speaking publicly about this, that I posted on Facebook to people, my friends, about, everybody's scared, panicking. Reach out to me, please, because I learned different things, and this is what has happened, and I went way more involved in today in my life, and I was so scared that the people were going to judge me, and the exact opposite happened. I had some of the people that I was scared judging me reach out to me and ask, what can I do? How can this be done? And I put them in the right direction, and I explained to them I'm not a professional, but this has happened to me. So over the next couple of weeks, we had no idea. We sat in our homes. I saw so many people online tearing each other apart, confused, scared, everything. I wanted to do something to say it's okay. We're all in this okay. We're all, it's gonna be fine. So I made a 4-foot red heart. And I put white Christmas lights on it and a huge spotlight, and I hung it on my fence. I said, if anybody drives by and sees it and it decompresses them, makes them happy, makes them smile, that's worth it all. My neighbor, Maria Salino, who owns Dolce Delight, which if you haven't been there, please go. Amazing food, amazing staff. She called me and said, one of my friends was having a really tough time, saw your heart, made him happy, made him smile, and it just made her day. And that made my day. That was worth it all. Then she called me and said, I'd like one for my corner. So I said, I have no clue what I'm doing. I made one, we put it in the ground, it's still there today, 2.5 years later. Then she called me again, and this is Maria, and she goes, I think you should start selling these. And I said, I don't know, I don't think that we should do this. It's, everybody's losing their jobs, I'm not sure. So after 3 days of persistently bothering me in a good way, she said, I'll take 8, tell me what they cost. I want to give them to my friends. So, 2.5 years later, Be Kind Ithaca has gotten to help so many people and animals. We have hearts in almost every state. I've gotten to meet alongside some of the greatest people in the world, which I am looking forward to some of the people I met today too, working with. And I probably wouldn't have. It's actually given me a new outlook on humanity. This is one thing I say all the time. So if you take 10 people, one of them's a bad person, say. And they're not a bad person, but just angry or bad. The other 9 are amazing people. And they're behind the scenes and they do great work and they're great people, just like the people we see today. And that's something you don't think of. And I learned that by meeting all these people by making hearts, which is just, it touches my heart more than anybody could even imagine. So I wouldn't be here right now or got to be on this amazing journey with Be Kind if I hadn't gained control of my anxiety. If you are suffering, please talk to someone. I know it's hard. It's extremely hard. But there is help out there, and there's some amazing people that want to help you. And it's those 9 out of the 10 people that will help you and take care of you and make you feel better and enjoy your life like I am today. Thank you very much.